Hello.
Justin, you've had a lot of fights, you've had a lot of big fights, but UFC 300 for the BMF belt against someone like Max Holloway, this one must feel pretty special.
They all feel special. It's such a great little adventure that I put myself on, a long time ago when I chose to, take this path. I never would have thought it would have led me to UFC 300, but here we are.
You mentioned ahead of this fight that, respectfully, you would like to finish Max, but maybe not put him out cold, just finally be the first person to sort of crack that chin we talk about so much. For him, do you think he's going to have put on a lot of size to be able to match you for power to keep himself in there, or do you think he can come in this fight in other ways and find success?
Man, it's a lot of what ifs and what I think. I don't know. I love getting in there, finding out. I'll know early if he's punching hard enough for me to take chances or be more cautious. I'll find that out early, and I think this is very different than the time he fought Poirier, as that was a late replacement. I think he's had this whole camp, being able to keep and maintain that weight, and I do think he's going to be as big as me and as strong as me.
You mentioned he's quick to disregard that fight with Dustin for the reason you just said. Do you even look at that fight and think, well, there are things I can take from that, or do you have to think, no, I can't really relate that Max to this one?
If I'm watching that fight, it has nothing to do with the size or anything like that. It's all about technique, and I can find his technique in all of his fights. All of them, he's a very different fighter from fight to fight, just as all of us are. We're all constantly making adjustments. And, I won't be sure which Max I'm going to fight until that bell rings.
What would it mean to you to be the first guy to drop him?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. I have 25 wins, 19 knockouts. I've really taken pride in that, since the beginning of my career. And, to be the first one, I like being first. So, yeah, I'm ready.
What are the stakes in this fight for you? Obviously, there's a BMF belt on the line, right? But we're hearing talks that maybe Dustin could be fighting for the lightweight title next. Are you even thinking about that, or do you just have to think, hey?
No, I know with the win here, I fight for the belt. I know with the loss here, that all goes away. So that's what I'm fighting for.
Is there a chance, if Islam were to fight in June, you could end up being called to fight back in Abu Dhabi, and is that something you'd even consider?
I don't play what ifs, but you don't pass up a championship opportunity. I do want my time. I do think June would probably be impossible for me, as every time I fight is a traumatic life experience, and I need to go home. I need to, unwind, take care of my body, take care of my head. But I have coaches and a manager that ultimately make those decisions. So if they say go, I go.
This one right here. Throughout media day, the general consensus is that no one else is competing for fight of the night amongst the fighters. They're all like, we have to get a performance bonus because Justin and Max are fighting on this card.
Yeah.
Like, do you kind of take pride in that like even your fellow fighters are like, we're not even going to try for this?
Yeah, I mean, having the respect of your peers is something I think we all, shoot for. Not just that, but the respect of the UFC to give me this opportunity. Every time you see someone in this thing, you only see the Gaethje versus Holloway thing on the television, so it looks like it's the main event.
Well, kind of going off of that, was there any chance that you would have just been the actual main event before they added Alex and Jamal?
Wrong dude. I don't know.
What do you think of the custom fight kits?
I love it. Yeah, they called me. They said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want to represent the United States of America." If I ever had a chance, that's what I asked for a long time ago. I didn't want to go full Apollo Creed because I don't like to be flashy. And yeah, I mean, anytime I can represent my country, this is such a worldwide sport, and not a lot of people truly represent this country, and I'm that guy.
Speaking of the custom shorts, Max had input on his design on the floor. Did you have any input on yours, or was it just you told him, hey, I want this, this, and this? And
I said I wanted to look like a U.S. flag, and then I sent them a picture of those shades, those colors, black and gray. I wasn't looking for anything special. I don't need to be shiny or flashy. I do my talking with my fists.